Okay, guys, good morning, everyone. So let me introduce myself. I am Sudhakar. So in YouTube, I am popularly known as Selenium Sudhakar. And total, I am having 15 years of experience into Selenium Java automation testing and manual testing. And coming to my background, I had worked for different MNC companies. Almost for Infosys, I had worked for 7 years. And for Cognizant, I had worked for 4.5 years. And for Tech Mahindra, I had worked for 4 years, and for Polaris, I had worked for 1 year. So almost 15 years of real-time experience. So that's about myself. And coming back to this course duration is 2 months. So the course is divided into Selenium Java automation and manual testing. So Selenium Java automation, almost it will take 40-hour session, means 40 classes, and remaining 20 classes, manual testing classes, it will be taken. So like that, the course is planned. So, so now let's go to so today we are going to discuss about Selenium Java automation. Okay, so let's go to the application. Guys, so guys, please go on mute. Let me tell you, mute all. I'm keeping. Okay. For any of the application, the purpose of testing is, so the purpose of testing is we have to prove that the application is correctly working fine as per the client requirements. Okay, we can test the application manually, or we can test the application by writing the script. So by writing Selenium JavaScript, we can test the applications. So if you are testing the application manually by logging into the web portal, so that process we can call it as a manual testing. And if you are testing the application by writing some script, you have written some script and you executed that script, and that application, so the functional flows, it will be validated by your scripts. So that process we can call it as a automation. So now I will tell you. So this is an open source Orange HRM application. So I am logging into this website, admin and admin123. Okay, let me change the language. 1 second. Translate to English. Okay. So this application, it's an open source HR management application. So this application will be used by HR people. So I'm logging into this website by admin and admin123, and I'm clicking on login. Okay, I'm clicking on OK. So here application is coming in different language. Translate to English. Let me change it to translate to English. Okay, right. So if you see here application, and I'm clicking on administrator module. So under administrator module, okay, under administrator module, I can able to see different modules. One is work module, one is organize module, one is qualifications, nationality module. So I'm clicking on nationality module. So generally this application will be accessed in English language only. So here the specific time this application is running in different language. So I clicked on nationality module and I'm clicking on add button here. So the system is prompting to enter some information. So I'm entering Sudhakar Indian. So I entered this details name as Sudhakar Indian and I'm clicking on keep. So I'm clicking on save button. So the record had been created successfully. So where that record had been created. Okay. So Sudhakar Indian, this is the record had been created successfully. Okay. So this is the functionality I tested manually by navigating to each screen. I tested this functionality manually. So what I am doing is I'm going to create a Word document here. So right click and I'm creating a Word document, new Word document I'm creating. And in this Word document, I'm going to take the snapshots. So let me do the part. So I'm doing logout again. Right now the application is running different language. So what is the first screen? So I want to create a nationality record. I want to create a nationality record. So this is the first screen I want to navigate. So here I'm pressing print screen button. Okay, let me click on print screen. I'm clicking on print screen button. So the entire snapshot I'm taking and I'm pasting here. So the first login page I have taken snapshot, and after that I'm clicking on, I entered admin and admin 123 and I'm clicking on login button. So I navigated to home page. So here I am taking the snapshot again. So I'm pressing print screen button and I'm taking the entire snapshot and I'm pasting here. The next screenshot, I want to take snapshot. Okay, let me translate to English. I want to click on administrator module. So I'm clicking on administrator module here. So I can able to see nationality module information. So I'm clicking on print screen. So this is the snapshot I'm taking and pasting in this Word document. And after nationality module, I have to click on nationality module here, and I want to create a record. So I want to create a record. So nationality name I want. So I want to click on add button. So let me take the snapshot, print screenshot. Right, guys. So after that, okay, I want to click on add button. So here I want to enter information, nationality record details. I want to enter. Let me take snapshot here. So after entering the details, I can say I can take, so Indian Sudhakar. So this is the record I'm going to create. So, and I'm taking the snapshot now. So print screen button I'm pressing and I'm taking snapshot. I'm pasting. And after clicking on save, clicking on keep button. So the record had been created. So I have created a new record, guys. That's it. Okay. So I'm navigating to third screen. Okay, one second. In second page, that record had been created. So Indian Sudhakar. So this is the record had been created under nationality module. So let me take the snapshot, print screen button, and I'm taking. Right. And I'm saving this document and I'm saving this document. Okay. And I'm closing this Word document. So this Word document, what name I need to create? I have to give some relevant name for this document. So show more options and I'm clicking on rename. So this functionality is create nationality record. And let me give some identification number TC01. TC01 means test case 1. So TC01 create nationality record. So this is the document I had created manually. So if client will go through this document, they can easily understand. So the user navigated to login page, he clicked on admin module, he clicked on nationality mod, he can able to view nationality module information and he clicked on nationality, can able to see add button. And after that he entered details. And after that the record had been created successfully. So the client can easily understands that create nationality functionality is perfectly working fine. Okay, so We have tested this functional flow by taking the snapshots manually, and we have created this Word document also manually. So this Word document in testing terminology, we can call it as a test evidence. Okay, let me write it on Notepad. So this we can call it as a test evidence. The test evidence will prove that that particular functionality is correctly working fine as per the functional flow. Okay, so for each and every functional flow, so if you take any Amazon application, creating an order, modifying an order, canceling an order, return policy, okay, payment through debit cards, payment through credit cards. So there will, if you take any of the application, there will be n number of functional flows. Suppose in an Amazon application, let's consider there are 1,000 functional flows. Each and everything is a separate functional flow. Create order is a separate journey. Modify order, it's a separate functional flow. Delete order, it's a separate functional flow. So for each functional flow, we need to capture relevant screenshots in a Word document. Okay, so that process we can call it as a test evidence. So the test evidence, it will prove that particular functional flow is correctly working fine or not. So the objective of testing is we have to test all these 1,000 functionalities of the Amazon application is correctly working fine or not. So if all 1,000 functionalities are correctly working fine, so in testing terminology, we can say the system testing is pass. The system testing is pass. So that means all entire 1,000 functional flows. We can call it as each and every functional flow. We can call it as a test case. So each test case functional flow, we can call it as a test case. In testing terminology, each and every functional flow we are calling it as a test case. So the test evidences, if you are creating manually, that is called manual testing, guys. So if you are creating the test evidences through by running some automation script, by running some automation scripts, so that automation scripts creates a Word document on your desktop automatically. So the test evidence document, it will be created on your desktop automatically when you will run your automation scripts. Okay, that process we can call it as a automation testing. Automation. Guys, everyone following my thing, right? Everyone? Okay. So the test evidence, if you are creating manually, that process we are calling it as a manual testing. The test evidence, if you are creating, if you are executing some automation scripts by running some automation scripts, and the test evidence is generated on your desktop, that process we are calling it as a automation testing. So the automation testing scripts we are running by using Selenium Java. So the scripts are created by language called Selenium Java. Okay. Okay. Sir, why we have to go with automation? Why we can take the snapshots and everything by manually as well? We can generate the scripts. We can generate the test evidences by using automation scripts as well. Sir, already manual testing, we can engage so many people, and we can able to take the evidences manually. Why we need to go with automation testing? Why most of the organizations, they are looking for automation testing profiles? That importance right now we need to understand. Okay, so let's understand. Let's understand. Let's understand importance of automation. Okay, I will tell you. So there are 1,000 scripts in an Amazon application, 1,000 test cases. If you want to create 1,000 Word documents, and you need to capture relevant screenshots. Might be one Word document, it might require 50 screenshots, and another Word document, it might require 70 screenshots. Because to prove that particular functional flow, you need to navigate across multiple screenshots. So you need to capture all the relevant screenshots for each functional flow. So that means you have to create 1,000 Word documents for each function. So if you are doing this activity manually, let us assume it's taking 60 days for 10 resources. Okay, if you are doing this work manually, it's taking manually. So each and every guy is creating a Word document and he is taking relevant screenshots manually. If 1,000 test cases, 1,000 Word documents, it had been created only in 2 days. Only in 2 days and only by 2 resources. Okay, so through automation is passed. So you can create 1,000 Word documents within 2 days. So the system testing, we can complete our system testing within 2 days. But whereas in manual testing, the system to do complete system testing, it's taking almost 60 days. Okay, so definitely the client will prefer automation only. Okay, for any of the application. Okay, automation is the only solution. That's why in the organizations also, whoever is working on manual, okay, they are getting trained into automation as well. So along with the manual, so automation testing is also very important. So because we need to complete our system testing very fast, so that these features, it will go into production and the end users can use the all the latest features. Suppose in your mobile on monthly basis, some patch updates are running and you are able to see new information. Suppose if you are creating a contact, there is a email 1 and email 2, phone number 1 and phone number 2 for every contact you are able to save. So that extra features are coming on monthly patch updates. So thus whenever the software is updating, those features you are getting. So means that new features are testing by somebody in the organizations. Okay. So for any of the application, whether it is bank application, whether it is insurance application. So if you are testing for 60 days, it will impact on the business. Right now, this is a competition world. So you have to test the applications very fast and very accurate. So only automation testing is the only solution. That's why most of the companies, they are preferring for automation. And why Selenium Java only? Sir, is there any other automation tools also available? So I will tell you that point also. So Selenium Java, 90% of the organizations for their automation scripts, they are using Selenium Java. And yes, there are some more other tools, Tosca and UFT. Okay, so these are the tools are available, but only 10% of the companies, they are using 10% of the companies, they are using these tools. Okay, so Selenium Java, most of the companies, they are using Selenium Java only for automation scripts. That's why we are, as part of this course for automation, we are going to learn Selenium Java. Okay, guys, is everybody following whatever I said so far? Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay, right. So these 1,000 test cases in terminology, guys, the session will going to expire in next 10 minutes. I'm going to share the new link after 10 minutes. So because the Zoom link session is only for 40 minutes, almost 30 minutes got completed. The next link I will share you in next 10 minutes. So these 1,000 cases, test cases, we can call it as a regression testing. A regression testing. In testing terminology, we can call it as a regression testing. So testing of these 1,000 functionalities. So we can call it as a testing terminology. We can call it as a regression testing. A regression means re-executing. So the definition, it contains the definition. So the regression means re-executing all existing functional test cases. Re-executing of all existing functional test cases, we can call it as a regression testing. Okay. So to do regression testing in manual approach, it's taking 60 days. To do regression testing, it's taking only 2 days with 2 resources. So it will save a lot of budget and the time for the client. But here I need to engage so many resources and I have to wait for additionally 58 days. So it's a waste of time consuming process, and I cannot take my business decision also very quickly. So that's why all the organizations, they are preferring to do system testing or to do regression testing. Okay, they are preferring only automation. Okay, so that's about the importance of Selenium Java. So we understood what is test evidence, what is manual testing, what is automation testing, what is system testing or regression testing. We understood. And automation testing, it will save the execution time, means the creation of Word documents, and just you will run all 1,000 scripts with one run button. So all 1,000 Word documents on your desktop, it will be created in fraction of hours only. So it won't take much time. So so like that, it will save time, and business decisions also it can take, we can take very fast. And the resource wise also, it's only with 2 resources. That means 8 resources budget and cost will be saved for the client. So that's the reason clients are preferring for automation for any of the applications, whether it is bank application, whether it is pharmaceutical application. So creation, modification, deletions, updation. So for any of the application, automation testing is the only solution. So now we understood about the importance of automation. Okay, let me save this document. So I will share you this document, and after this class, I will share this running notes also, and video recording also I will share it on daily basis. And these video recordings also I can upload it in a separate YouTube channel. For every batch, I will maintain like that. Okay, guys, I'm saving this document. Right, now let's go into how to automate a website. Okay, now let's go into the how to automate into a website. One second, guys. Okay, now let's go into the how to automate a login page. So now let's go to the Open Orange HRM website now. So previously the same Word document I had created manually. So now we will see how to automate a website and how to create a Word document on desktop through automation script. That process we will see right now. Okay. So before writing automation script, we need to understand some terminology. So what is that terminology? Let's understand that part. So whatever you are seeing on the web page, see this forgot your password, login button, username, password, entering username text field, password text field. In Selenium terminology, each and everything we can call it as a web element. Simply we can call it as a web element. But in web terminology, we can call it as a forgot your password, we can call it as a hyperlink. This login, we can call it as a button. So here username, you are entering a text. So this we can call it as a text field. And this we can call it as a labels. Labels means to understand what is this information. So in web terminology, each and everything has a different name, but in Selenium, everything we can call it as a web element. So login is one web element, forgot password is one web element, username is one web element, password is one web element. So this label also one web element, this label also one web element, this username is another web element, password is another. So everything, whatever you are seeing on the web page, we can call it as a simply we can call it as a web element. Okay, so every web element developer will give some name and ID. See, myself, I am Sudhakar. I'm having some name. Similarly, developer also, he will give some name and ID for every web element. Let us see what is the name and ID had been given for username text field. So I'm right clicking and I'm clicking on inspect here. So just I'm right clicking and I'm clicking on inspect. So the moment when I will click here, so when I'm doing right click here, so this is the line got highlighted. Name is equal to username. So what is the text field name here? Name is equal to username. So developer had given name as this text field name has been given as name is equal to username. Similarly, ID is equal to, so but here placeholder is equal to it had been given. So generally developer will give username is equal to name is equal to and ID is equal to. But for this web element, developer had not given ID. Only here he had given name. Let me check for password. So right click and click on inspect. So developer had given name is equal to password, but ID had not specified here in this. Okay, let's click on login button, right? Click and click on inspect. So here developer had not given name or ID. Okay, and click on forgot your password. I'm clicking right click on this web element. So developer had not given name or ID. Okay, so now we understood for any of the web element, developer will give two things. So first I'm right clicking on this, clicking on input. So if you see name is equal to username. So developer had given name is equal to username and ID is equal to 1102. So let us assume the developer had given like this. And for password, the developer had given like this. Let us assume he had given password and ID is equal to 1103. Generally, developer will give name and ID property for every web element. Suppose right click and click on inspect for password. So name is equal to password had been given, but ID has not specified. So just I'm telling, assume the developer, if he will give the ID, so like this, he will provide the information. But it's not guaranteed that developer will give all the times name and ID property. But we need to understand for every web element, the common information is the developer will give name and ID properties. Okay, so you need to understand for every web element, the developer will provide this information. Okay, so sometimes if developer is not providing name or ID, so on a web element, the developer had not given name or ID. So right click on forgot your password. See here, forgot your password, it doesn't contains name is equal to ID is equal to. Okay, so the developer had not given name or ID. So in this case, for this web element, I need to take XPath. So just I'm clicking on these three dots, clicking on copy XPath. So this is the login button XPath. So we can call it as a XPath terminology. So every web element, it contains name property, ID property, and XPath property. So if developer is not giving name or ID, we can refer XPath of that particular web element. Suppose login button XPath I want. Just I am right clicking on inspect. So here developer had not given name or ID. Let me take XPath. Clicking on these three dots, copy XPath. So this is login button XPath. So let's write login button XPath.